Hello students, welcome to the online classes. Today we will continue with our chapter 8, that is comparing quantities. Students, our today's topic is about interest, simple interest and compound interest. You have studied about the simple interest earlier too. Okay, so what are the things needed for this? Principal, rate and time. Principal, we took it as P, rate is R and time is T. Suppose it is given that the rupees is 10,000, that will be the principal, 8% per annum will be the rate, and suppose the time is given to be 2 years. Now how much amount to be paid after 2 years, how much amount to be paid? Okay, if in the first interest is at the simple interest, if you have to find out the simple interest for that, so the formula for simple interest is P into R into T divided by 100. So we will find the solution for our A part. First of all we will find out the simple interest. So we know that simple interest is equals to P into R into T divided by 100. This is the formula. Now we will substitute the values. P is 10,000. So we will write 10,000 here. P is 10,000. Rate is 8%. So we will write 8 here. Time is 2 years. So we will write 2 here divided by 100. Now how we will solve? By these two zeros can be cancelled out. Now we have to multiply these 300, multiply 8, multiply 2. So what we will be getting? We will be getting 8 2s is 16 and 16 multiply 100 is 1600, means 1600 is the simple interest. Okay. Now in this it is given that we have to find out the amount also. So students, what is the amount? Students, here when we will find out the simple interest, then how we will get the amount? Amount means the money which need to pay after the 2 years. So what the person will pay? The person will pay the principal and also including the simple interest. So amount will be principal plus simple interest. Okay, so here we have to find out the amount. So amount will be principal plus simple interest. So what is the principal? Principal is rupees 10,000. So we will write here rupees 10,000 plus what is the simple interest? Simple interest is rupees 1,600. Now what will be the answer here? 11,600 will be the amount. Means the person has to pay the amount 11,600 at the end of 2 years. Means amount is principal plus the interest. Okay. Now for the B part, if interest is compounded annually, here I told you that this is the formula for the compound interest. Okay, so we will put this formula for the B part. What is the formula? That amount. Students, here first of all we have found out the simple interest, then we have find out the amount. But here for the compound interest, the formula of amount is given first of all. So amount is equals to principal multiply in the bracket 1 plus R by 100. So multiply 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to the power n. Student, what is this n? N are the number of years. N is time, or we can say the number of years here. So we will write here 2, as the number of years are 2. So we will substitute the value. Principal is 10,000 into 1 plus rate is 8%. So 8 divided by 100 and n is 2 years. Okay. Now 10,000 is here. Multiply, what we will do here, we will take the LCM, so it will become 100, as we can consider 1 as the denominator here. So 1 multiply 100 will be 100. Now 100 into 1 will be 100 plus 8 and raised to the power 2. So what will be the answer? 10,000 multiply 100 plus 8 will be 108 divided by 100 and raised to the power 2 will be here. Okay, now 10,000 multiply here 108 divided by 100 and square is given, means we have to write 108 divided by 100 into 108 divided by 100. Now what we will do, students, we will solve this. So by these two zeros can be cancelled out. By these two zeros can be cancelled out. What is left in the denominator? 1 and 1 is here. Here 108 multiply 108 are here. So students, calculate this. 11,664. So here the amount comes out to be 11,664 as the amount. Means after the end of 2 years, how much the person had to pay? He had to pay 11,664. And students, if you have to find out the compound interest, then compound interest is equals to amount minus principal. So if we will find compound interest here, so compound interest is equals to amount minus principal. So what is the amount here? 11,664. So 11,664 minus what is the principal? Principal is 10,000. So we will subtract principal from it. So what we will be getting, students? We will be getting 1,664 as a answer. So this is the compound interest. Okay, now students, in some of the questions you will see that compounded half yearly. There must be the term using compounded half yearly. What does this mean, students? Compounded half yearly. In this, what you will do, you will do the half of the rate. Okay, for this what we have to do, rate by 2 we have to do, and we have to double the time. These two things we need to do. Now suppose in the same question it is given that compounded not annually. Here it was written compounded annually. So that's why we have solved like this. Now if it is given that compounded half yearly, then for the half yearly what we will do, we will do the half of the rate and we will double the time. So according to that, what will be the terms? Principal will remain same, that is rupees 10,000. Rate will be the half. Earlier the rate was 8. Now the rate become 8 by 2. It will be 4% half yearly. 4% a half yearly. First of all it was written 8% per annum. Now it will become 4% half yearly. Okay. Now time. As I told you, time will be doubled. Here the time is 2 years, so 2 into 2 will be 4. Okay. So here what we will use in the formula, principal will be same, rate will become 4 here, and for the time we will write 4 here instead of 2. Okay, and then we will solve and we will get the compound interest, means we will find the amount for when it is compounded half yearly, and after that you can easily find out this compound interest. Okay. Okay students, now our next topic is related to profit and losses. First of all students, these are the terms you need to know. First of all, first one is CP. CP is the cost price, SP is the selling price. How you will get that whether the price given is CP or SP? If there is the term using buys, bought like this, then this will be the CP. And if selling price means sell at rupees this much, then that will be the selling price. Okay. Now students, suppose it is given that there is a shopkeeper who buys a TV at rupees 8,000. First of all, he buys a TV at rupees 8,000. It means it will become the CP, and he sells that TV at 8,800. So that will become the SP because he sells the TV. So it will become the SP, and it is 8,800. Now students, if SP is greater than CP, See here, students, the shopkeeper give the amount 8,000 for the TV, but when he sells the TV, he get rupees 8,800 for that. It means he buys in the lesser amount, but he sells at the more amount. So he will be getting the profit here because he spent only 8,000, but he get rupees 8,800 for that. It means 8,000 here is the profit he is getting. It means when CP is greater, here if you will see, the CP is 8,000 and SP is 8,800. It means SP is greater. So when SP is greater than CP, then this is the situation of profit. Means the person or the shopkeeper must be getting the profit. But suppose if the CP is greater, suppose if I tell you that the shopkeeper buys the TV at rupees 8,000, but he sells that at rupees 7,200, then it will be the SP. So here CP is greater but SP is less. So when CP is greater and SP is less, then it will be the situation of loss. Okay, so how you will get the profit? Profit will be equals to SP minus CP. Okay, here when you will see, this was the situation of profit. Here CP was greater and SP was greater and CP was smaller. So here SP was rupees 8,800 and CP was rupees 8,000 only. So what we will do, we will subtract to get our answer, as the formula of profit is SP minus CP. So what we will be getting, we will be getting rupees 8,000 as a 800 as our answer. So what is the profit here, students? Profit is rupees 8,000. Okay, if we will consider this one situation, in this CP was greater and SP was smaller and there was the loss. So the formula for loss is CP minus SP. Here what is the CP? CP is rupees 8,000. Okay, what is the SP? SP is rupees 7,200. Now we will subtract to get our answer, and here also we are getting 800. 8,000 minus 7,200 is rupees 800. Student, this is for this one situation. If the shopkeeper buys at 8,000 but sells at 7,200, means he incurs the loss of 800 because he has to pay rupees 8,000 for that TV, but he gets only rupees 7,200. Okay, now in the questions, profit percent and loss percent is also asked. So what is the profit percent? The formula for this is profit divided by CP into 100. This is the formula for profit. And in the case of loss, loss divided by CP into 100. Students, whenever we have to find out the percent, it should be multiplied with 100. Here it was profit, so profit. Here it was loss, so loss. And it will always be divided by CP. You will not divide by SP, you will divide them by CP. Okay. Now for the first situation, this was situation 1, students. This was the situation for profit and profit. Okay, here I am telling you about the situations. Now this is the situation 2. This is for the loss. So loss, okay, and this is for the loss. Now for the first situation, if we have to find out the profit percent, now here the profit was rupees 800, so profit is 800, so we will write 800 in the numerator, and CP is 8,000, so we will write in the denominator 8,000, and for the percentage we will multiply it with 100. Now by these two zeros can be cancelled out. This 1 0 can be cancelled out with this one. Now 8 ones is 8, here 8 tens will be 80, means 10% is the profit he is getting. He is getting 10% profit. Now if there is loss, means this one situation, then loss percent will be, what is the loss? Loss is rupees 800. So again we will write 800, it will be divided by CP. CP is again 8,000 into 100. 8,000 into 100. Again by these two zeros can be cancelled out. This 1 0 and this 1 0 can be cancelled out. 8 ones is 8 and 8 tens is 80. So here also the loss is 10%. So I hope this is clear to you. First of all the CP and SP, then whether there is profit or loss. If there is profit, then SP minus AP. If there is loss, then CP minus SP. Profit percent is profit divided by CP into 100, and loss percent is loss divided by CP into 100. So students, these are the formulas you will be using to calculate your answers. Now students, there is the term used MP. What is MP? MP is marked price. Whenever you buy something, there is the price mentioned on that thing, and that is called marked price. Okay, and you get the discount on that thing. Suppose you are getting the discount of rupees, you are getting 10% discount on that thing. So what you have to pay? It is asked that what you have to pay. So how you will find out the answer? Suppose there is a thing of rupees 200 and you are getting 10% discount on that. So how much you will pay? Here first of all we will find out the discount. Discount is 10% of marked price, and 10% of marked price is rupees. Percent means 10 divided by 100, of means multiply, and 200 is here. Now by these two zeros can be cancelled out. Now here 10 into 2 is here, so 10 multiplied 2 will be 20, means he is getting rupees 20 discount. So he has to pay, we can say that the selling price also, so it will be MP minus discount. Okay, MP minus discount. This is the SP for the shopkeeper, students. Okay, so the shopkeeper will pay in how much amount? Whatever will be the MP, and he has to subtract the discount from that, and that will become the SP for that shopkeeper. So MP is rupees 200 here, and discount is rupees 20. So 200 minus 20 will be rupees 180. So this will be the amount the customer has to pay, and that will be the selling price for that shopkeeper. So that's all students. By this your chapter is completed. Hope to see in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.